Hey y'all, welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx games. Tonight we're featuring Brussels 1893, designed by Etienne Epperman, or Esperman, I think is how you say it. I apologize, Etienne. Published by Z-Man Games, Pearl Games, and a handful of others. So welcome everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Thanks for joining us tonight. So I'm your host, Edward Euler, joined by, well, friends. You guys know these cats.
Sweater Mike.
Matt McChesney.
All right, so Brussels 1893. Now, these guys have not played this before. I have not played this. It's been a day, let's put it that way. I played it a handful of times back in the day, but it's been a little bit. So should be a pretty even playing field for when you guys place your bets, all right? So, yeah, before we get started, big thanks to all our patrons and other viewers that help make all this possible. So today we especially want to give a shout out to Beverly B and say many thanks for being a patron and supporting the show. So thanks, Beverly. Definitely appreciate it. So, all right, let's dig into some Art Nouveau architecture, shall we? All right, let's do this.
In those heady years before all of the catastrophes of the 20th century come down upon our collective heads.
What he said, yes. All right, so in Brussels 1893, players are famous architects searching for the most fame in late 19th century Belgium. The game's going to take place over 5 rounds, with each round having the same 4 phases. Each cycle, or each phase, corresponds with a different exhibit year. So we start out in the aforementioned 1893. So during the game, we're going to have the opportunity to earn victory points, as well as at the end of the 5th round and game scoring, whoever has the most points wins. All right, so as far as components goes, this is going to be a little bit different than my normal teaches in that I'm not going to go in depth at the beginning of the components. We'll touch on all this stuff as we go along. However, the board essentially has 2 sides. We have the Brussels board, and then over there we have the Art Nouveau side, or Art Nouveau board. We have the victory point track around the outside of the Brussels board, and then 2 of our 7 workers each starts. They're caught up in the courthouse and are unavailable to start. Then over here on our player tableau, oops, oh no, hold on one second. Let's try that again, shall we? Party foul for us. All right, so over on the player board there, we have our main player board. We have 6 buildings that we're going to be able to construct that are face down at the beginning. We all have 5 workers. We have a work of art that's randomly chosen at the start. We have a varying amount of cash, or I forget what the actual term is for what it was back in Belgium back in the 19th century. But anyway,
Belgian bucks.
Belgian bucks it is. And then I'm starting with the mannequin piss, which is the first player marker, and then everybody starts with 1 public figure, all the same public figure for all of us across the board at the beginning of the game. All right. So everything else we're going to cover as we go through teaching the game. So as I said, there are 5 game rounds, or 5 different exhibitions. Each game round consists of the same 4 phases. There's going to be a stock exchange phase, which is basically we're going to determine the player area, as you can kind of see by this marker out here, based on the stock exchange card that comes up. The second phase is going to be the action phase, where we're going to conduct a single action in turn order until all the players have passed. Then we're going to do a resolution of the turn phase, where basically we're going to get these bonus cards, do some cleanup, and then at the end of turn phase, do a little bit more, and then we rock and roll into the next round. So starting with the stock exchange phase, the start player is going to reveal the top stock exchange card of the deck, like we've done here. And this is going to, as I said, determine the play area on the Art Nouveau area on that board. The number on the left designates the number of players. So tonight we're playing a 3-player game, and then we have the next set of numbers. So the 3, 4 for the 3 is going to be the X and Y axes. All right. So the first number is always going to be the row. The second number is always going to be the column. So you have two options, either the 3, 4, meaning where Mike's pointing, or 4, 3, as you can see here on the card. So whoever's the first player, in this case it'll be me, I would choose which of those two areas I want to make the active play area for the round. It's important to note that you have to orient the bracket in towards the larger area. So technically it could be in a different, but it's this being the larger area, or if it were up there, this being the larger area. Those are my two options. I choose.
So if it were 4-1, and go that way.
Correct. There you go. So that brings us to the action phase, which is the meat of the game. So starting with the start player, players are going to take turns taking actions on either the Art Nouveau board or the Brussels board. And we're going to continue clockwise until everyone has passed. On your turn, you have 3 options on your turn. You can either play a worker to the Art Nouveau side and take the selected action immediately, or, and all of these being the action spaces out here, they are not only color coordinated, but they also have the same icon or the same picture as well as the same iconography. So you have 3 different, and you'll notice that each row has each of the 5 just in a different order. These are all double-sided, but because the fellas haven't played this before, we're playing on the non-complex side, which it just changes things up a little bit. The second option is to play a worker to the Brussels board on one of the 4 locations on the Brussels board. This is the quote-unquote unsavory side of things. You're not helping the Art Nouveau movement, pshaw, so therefore there's actually a penalty for placing your workers up here potentially, as opposed to over on the Art Nouveau side. The final thing that you can do on your turn is you can pass. The first player that passes, and I'm going to talk about passing first because it's going to actually correlate to some of the actions that you have available on your turn. The first person that passes, which passing means they either cannot or elect not to take any more actions this round, they take the exhibition tile here and put it over here into their tableau. So they would just add it onto their tableau. Okay, for the 1893, for the first year, I took that. The reason that's going to matter, we'll talk about here in a little bit, but if I'm the first one to pass, I choose not to place any of my workers or any more of my workers out there. I not only take the exhibition tile, I also take $1 plus $1 for each different color of art that they own. So I would get $1 for passing, and then 1 for every color of art. There are 5 different colors in the game, so it's a max of $6. In this case, I would get $2. I would get 1 for passing, just for passing, and the second for the pink art. Okay? All right? Whereas you look over in Mike's tableau, he has a yellow piece of art, and Matt has a green piece of art, just as an example. All right? Once everyone, or as every other player passes, they do the exact same thing. The only thing they don't do is they don't take the exhibition tile. They just get $1 for passing and then $1 for every color piece of art they have, or different color art, for a maximum of $5 as opposed to $6.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about the Art Nouveau board. All right, there are 5 different actions available, and we're just going to talk about this row right here because all the rows have all 5 actions available to them. They are the workshop, the sale, the Royal Theatre, the materials, and the construction actions. I'll go over them here in a little bit. There are 3 things that you need to consider when you're choosing an action space. First off, what action do you want to take? So the little symbol down here not only corresponds to the blue in that, but that also shows what the actual action is. So you want to think about that. Also, you're going to be, each column here is essentially a bidding column. So it's going to be for majorities to be able to get these bonus cards down here at the bottom. So whenever you place a worker out here, so if for instance I choose to go here, when I place the worker, I have to place a minimum of $1 with him, underneath him, next to him, whatever, on that worker placement spot, so that I'm bidding for this column to be able to get this bonus card at the end of the round. Okay, so that's a second thing that you need to take into account. And then the last thing that you're going to want to take into account is the area control victory point scoring at the end of each round for each of these Brussels shields that's out here. So if you'll notice, in between each 4 action areas, there's a Brussels shield. If throughout the game we have 4 workers out here, go ahead, throw them out. As long as it's completely surrounded like it is here, that shield is going to give one of the players, whoever has the majority surrounding it, victory points. If there's a tie, so for instance, if it were like this, then we both get victory points. We'll go more into detail on that towards the end. So 3 things you're taking into account: what action you want, the majority, how much you're bidding, as well as what shield do you want to go around. All right, make sense?
And the bid is the money you place out there.
Well, right, and we'll get into that here momentarily. So, to play on the Art Nouveau side, you have to place one of your available assistants, and again, you start with 5. So I have 2 out on the board, there, and I have 3 available. These guys are not yet available to me. And you must place a bid of a minimum of $1 up to whatever you have in your supply to be able to bid for that location. Then you may immediately perform the action. The action is not compulsory, so you could just elect not to. More often than not, that's not going to be the case, however. These are worker placement spots, meaning when I place out here, so in theory, all these guys should have at least $1 on them, but for the example, you get the idea. It's worker placement, meaning nobody else can go there. I cannot activate that spot again. No one else can activate that spot again this round. Make sense? Cool. All right. So now, let's go over what the available actions are. So the workshop action, this is the picture of the artist painting a picture. So right here, right? So this is pretty simple. It also has the little rectangle or the painting symbol below it. So you get to draw a work of art tile from the group of colored tiles. Now there are 2 different sets. There's the messy bits up there. Those are the different colored ones, like what we have in front of us with the green and the yellow. Then the stack over there are all black ones, which it doesn't matter what they are, it's just they're black tiles. So when you draw a work of art tile from the stack or from the group, it's going to be from the colored ones only. You just grab one and you take it. Easy enough. However, when we talked about passing earlier, anybody that has these in subsequent rounds, so if I have one of these, I get to draw one additional of those works of art and then choose. It gives me a better selection, but I still can only select one of them. So if I have 3 of these, I've passed first 3 times throughout the game, whenever I take this action here, I can select 4 different works of art and choose which one I want. It all has to do with the color. Okay? Cool. Then, whatever ones you don't select, you throw back, scramble them up, done. Easy enough. So, get a work of art. Pretty simple. The next one is the sale action. This is the one where the guy is holding the piece of art, right? And it has the little rectangle with the money symbol below it. Also, it's also kind of the yellowish location. This allows you to sell a work of art. So first off, it has to be a different color from any that are in the current windows. So if you'll notice over here on the Brussels board, there are 2 windows up here. So think of them as current exhibits. Nobody wants to buy what is currently being exhibited. So for instance...
Why buy the art if you can go to the museum for free?
Right, exactly. So if that is there, nobody can sell pink art until that gets covered, which we'll talk about here momentarily. So as long as it doesn't match, and at the beginning of the game, there are none displayed, so you can sell any color that you choose. You may move the workshop cursor orthogonally adjacent one space per work of art in your possession prior to the sale. So let's take a look at my tableau, make this simple. I want to sell this piece of art, okay? So I've gone here, I've placed the worker, and maybe I put $5 out there. So I'm going to take that action. All right. I say I'm going to sell that pink piece of art. Well, there's no pink up here. Cool. So how many pieces of art do I currently have? I have one piece of art. Okay. So now this cursor, I can move orthogonally one spot. So we're looking, I'm selling the pink piece. So right now, if I didn't move it, I would get $2 and I would get 2 victory points immediately upon selling it. However, money's tight, as is most usually the case in euros. Maybe I want to move it down here. I would then get $4 and 2 points. Cool. Then I would take that up there, put it and cover either window. So if there's certain colors out there that you want to cover, you can. I immediately get my $4. I immediately peg my 2 points, and that's that.
And now it no longer counts as income if you pass, when you pass.
As a different color, correct, yes.
Okay.
Unless I had another pink, correct, in my supply. All right, cool. So, any questions on collecting art or selling art? No, pretty simple,
You
right?
know, cover how things get removed from the window at
There we
some
go.
point. Okay.
Well, no, how they get removed
It's just
is,
to cover 'em up.
there you go. Maybe Matt decide he could either place this here if he sells this,
And
or
pink
he could place
green,
it there.
Or just no green.
Oh,
Easy enough, right?
all right.
Okay. All right, so the third action now is the Royal Theatre action, which is the top hat and mustache. And every time I see that word, for some reason, I think of 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, the mustache song. Anyway, work with me.
Hefe.
Right. So you can enlist the services of one public figure. There's always going to be 4 of them available at any given time. You're going to pay the cost below the card. So this guy's free, up to $3 from obviously what you have in your supply. You immediately gain the benefit of the card. So whatever it is at the bottom of the card, you immediately get. These will make more sense as we go. So let's say, you know what, I'm being a cheapskate, and I say Charles Booz. I'm going to acquire him, so I'm going to put him over here. I immediately get that benefit, but he comes into my tableau tapped. Now I have a decision to make. I can either discard him, and he's out of the game. Boom, whatever. Or if I choose to keep him, like I said, he comes in tapped. The beginning of or at the end of this round, he's going to untap, which I'm then going to be able to potentially use his special ability again. However, the catch is you see this number to the left of him over here. That's his salary. At the end of the game, you must pay their salary. If you cannot pay their salary, you're going to lose 5 victory points for every dude that you cannot pay. And there is no way. This is the moment at which you have to decide, do I keep him? Or do I stay or do I go? There is
Okay.
no way to get rid of him. So in other words, the one, George Brugman, or I think it's George. George?
George.
Yeah, George Brugman, you cannot get rid of him. So you better have $1 at the end of the game or you're going to lose 5 points. So either keep him tapped after having already gotten his special ability, or throw him out.
Okay.
Okay, cool. In addition to that, as a conveyor going away from the stack, we would then refill that spot. So immediately, so that there's always 4 available for the next player. Okay? Cool. That's the Royal Theatre action. Any questions on that? All right.
Royal Theatre action.
Correct.
All right.
All right. Next is the materials action, which is the workman carrying the plank, and it has the 2 on the cubes. You get 2 resources. So if you'll notice in the top right of the screen there, the only one that you cannot select are the white ones. The white ones are called wilds or jokers or white. The other ones, however, are called noble materials. So your choice is for the 3 noble materials, not the white, when you take this action.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions on that? Pretty simple. And they are piece limited.
All right.
So if it's not available, so sorry, Charlie, or Mike, or Matt, or occasionally Edward. Okay, all right, cool. Next, And finally is the construction action. So it's got the mason building a wall. Keep your comments to yourself. Or the little triangle with what I think is like a little flag on it. So this allows you to construct a building from your tableau onto the Art Nouveau board out here. So the steps are actually on the tile. So you always have to start building from the bottom first, then you can build those, then you can so you can't go 1, 2, 3. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it doesn't matter left or right. But
Okay.
all right. So here are the steps. First off, you got to pay the construction cost as defined by the compass that's on the Brussels board. So first and foremost, I have to pay 2 resources. You can see the bottom level, 2, middle level's 3, top level is 4. So now let's go out here and take a look at the compass out here. These are randomly little pie pieces that randomly got selected, and this is how it ended up. The 2 arms of the compass are always facing those 2 locations. So what this means is I owe 2 resources. One has to come from this pie piece, one has to come from that pie piece. So in this case, I actually don't owe a material, I owe $3. And here, it's your choice of any of the 3.
3 noble materials.
Okay, that makes sense? So one of each. You have to do, now, if you're building the 2nd or 3rd level and you have multiple, so you have 3 and 4, in that case, one of each, and then it's your choice how you divvy those up, okay? You must always, I'm sorry, already said that. So actually the different pie pieces, you have wood, you have stone, or stone is blue, the iron is black.
Technically still kind of stuff.
Right, it could go either way, or whatever we want to call it, right? And then here you have the choice of those 3, you have the $3, and then you have the empty space. So if these needles ever point at the empty space, which it could do something like this means you have to pay all money in that case. Or if it were here, you would have your choice, but they all have to.
So you don't get anything for free, you just restrict your choice.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. You can always substitute with the white or joker materials without limit. Okay. So if at the beginning, in this case, if I have joker materials and I am going to owe 2, I have to, 1 can replace here, and this is something I'm actually going to have to look up, whether or not the joker material can replace the $3 or not. I'm not sure on that. But anyways, you can always use joker materials for noble materials.
Okay.
However, if you look on your buildings, step 2, if you didn't use any joker material, you get 5 victory points.
Oh.
All right? That makes sense?
Plan better, score better.
So more prestige for fancier materials, no corners were cut, etc., etc. Okay? Then the 3rd step is move the compass needles, or needle, singular. So in that case, they can never overlap one another, and they always move clockwise. So in this case, if you're the first one to do this, you only have one option. These actually, just my OCD-ness. There we go. So in that case, you only can move that one there. So the next person that does it, they can move either this needle here or that needle there. It's their option, okay? So they can never overlap and they can never be on the same spot. Or they can never cross. Any questions on that? Nope. Then last but not least, the 4th step is actually place the built building onto any empty Art Nouveau space. So provided I paid all the materials, I'm then going to place this out here. What's an empty Art Nouveau space? Well, one that doesn't have a building out there, so here, and it cannot have a worker on it. Notice where the bracket is. It still could go outside of the bracket for subsequent turns. That's allowed. It does not have to be inside this area for this turn. It just cannot be where a worker is, and it can't be where there's an existing building. Cool?
Cool.
All right. This is going to provide the player whose building it is with a bonus secondary action whenever an opponent places a worker in that space, but we'll talk more about that later, okay? So, in other words, if I build this here and somebody places a worker on that, I'm going to get a secondary action. Thanks, I get to piggyback.
Okay.
Think of it that way, okay?
So the action that's underneath it still happens, but then
For
you
the
get
main player, or whoever the actual player is that placed the worker, okay?
lovely.
All right. And also I should point out that the top row of buildings is going to grant 5 victory points for each of the buildings immediately when they're placed, when they're constructed. And then for each building that you've built of the 6, it's going to score that many points based on your architect level at the end of the game. So this level that's right here, as you're increasing this, hopefully, as you go, each building can be worth up to 10 points. So if you built all 6 of these, you got that all the way up, you're scoring 60 points at the end of the game.
End game scoring.
Yep. Cool.
And what
Mike has found
advance?
the end game
We will
scoring.
get there.
Got it.
Okay. So that's the Art Nouveau board. That's all the actions that are over here. That's all 5 actions. Any questions on those? You good?
I think so.
Okay.
So that means the building in the center of Art Nouveau is always going to be in play.
Yes.
And then less, and the guys in the corner are basically 1 time in 4, maybe.
I leave it to the PhD to figure this out.
Okay.
All right. All right. So now that brings us over to the Brussels board, which we haven't talked about yet. So there are 4 actions available. There's the market, the stock exchange, the 50th anniversary park, and the Grand Plaza actions. Unlike the Art Nouveau side, this only costs workers. You do not have to pay any money for these guys to go work in any of these spots. In addition to that, they can be taken multiple times, either by multiple players or by the same player, all right? So the first placement costs a worker. So if I go there, it costs me 1 worker, no harm, no foul. If anybody else wants to go there on a subsequent turn, whether it's y'all or me, it's going to cost 2 workers. And then it will cost 3 workers, so on and so forth. In a 4 and 5 player game, each of these spots acts like there are 2 of them. So the first 2 workers there, it only costs 1 worker.
Okay.
This 3rd and 4th time it's used, they each cost 2 workers, et cetera, et cetera. It doubles the amount available. But this being 3 player, first one to go costs 1, then 2, then 3, et cetera, et cetera.
Gotcha.
Easy enough? Cool. So the market action right here. Get 3 Joker cubes, 3 wilds. Nice. The second one, the stock exchange, you gain money equal to whatever is on the top of the stock exchange card. So $5. You go there, you get $5. Then there's the 50th anniversary park action. The player can take any of the 5 actions on the Art Nouveau side. So those 5 actions we just covered, you can choose any of them, even if they're not available over here. You don't have to place a worker over here. You don't place bid. You just place your workers there, worker or workers. Say, I'm going to take that action. You do whatever the action is.
Okay. Any one.
Any one of the 5.
All
Okay,
right.
and you'll notice at the bottom of it, it shows all 5 actions. Then last but not least, the Grand Plaza action, which a player can activate public figures in their tableau. So remember, if I had taken this guy earlier, he comes into my tableau tapped. However, I can use anybody else that's in my tableau that's untapped. How many can I use? That number is going to be dictated by how your reputation is in the Royal Palace.
Oh.
So right now, we can only, every time we take this action, we can only tap 1 dude, all right? So in that case, I could only tap Georges right there, $5. Easy enough. They'll reset at the end of the round.
Okay.
Okay? Cool. Obviously, you can only activate untapped public figures, and activating them taps them. So, okay, moving on. That's the action phase. We go round and round and round based on whoever has Mannequin Piss. We go clockwise until everybody passes. Any questions on actions? I mean, it's pretty simple. You have 5 actions to choose from here. You have 4 there. Then we go into the resolution of the turn phase. So this is a little bit more extensive It's wordy, but actually when in execution, it actually goes pretty quick.
I think I see it.
All right, so first thing that happens, we're going to resolve all the bids on the Art Nouveau board. Whoever has the most bids here gets that card. So count up the bids. So in this case, if it were something like this, Matt would get that card. If it were like that and we're tied, we both get to immediately activate this card and the card goes into the drink. All right, gets thrown away. Neither of us get it because we're tied. Cool. And you get that card into your tableau. So if it were actually like this and I get the card, this is actually just going to hang out over here on the right side of my tableau until the end of the round. More on that later. We'll come back to it. We're going to do that for each column. Anybody where there's no bids, we'll discard it at the end of the round. Then we have to determine the new start player. So each player adds up the maximum number of mannequin pists they earn this round, which is really, really important. On the back of the exhibition tile, there are 2 mannequins on there. And then you'll notice on all of these cards, there's 0 to 2. I think they only go up to 2. Whoever has the most becomes the first player. However, if there's a tie, the player closest to the left of the starting player becomes the new start player. So in this case, if I have this and Matt and I are tied, he's closest to the left of me, he becomes. So if the start player is, the current start player is tied for most, they are no longer the start player.
All right.
Does that make sense? The way it's, there's a little translation between French and English, but reading up on BGG, that's how it is.
So even if it was you and I that were tied and
You would
were,
be first.
Okay.
Right, there you go. So that's, so we've determined all the bids, we've determined start player. Now we use the new bonus cards that we just acquired. So any of these cards that we just got, and let's say for argument's sake, I have both of these. For each new card acquired from winning the bonus cards, you have a decision. You either use the central power and discard the card, just like what happens with the public figures when you get them. Or you choose to tuck it into any of the 4 columns that are available here. And these are going to work as multipliers depending on which row you're going to select. So in this case, let's say I choose to, actually those are terrible choices. There we go. They have victory point markers at the bottom of them. So if I choose to tuck them both, I cannot tuck 2 into the same row from the same round. So I could, if that was from a previous round, add this one below it. But let's say I choose to go in those 2. Okay, so like I said, they're going to work as a multiplier at the end of the game. So the first row is for every $4. I'm sorry, at the bottom. For every $4 that you have, multiplied by the number of victory points there, that's how much they're worth. So for instance, if this were down here, that would be worth, if I have $12, I would have 6 points. Okay, so each $4 increment would be worth 2 points. For the second row from the bottom, for each work of art in their possession at the end of the game, same thing. Okay, then for every public figure card that's in your possession. And then the final one is for every assistant you have starting with a 1/3 of your 7 potential. You're going to get victory points. Cool. Good?
And that's every $4. Do that again.
Every $4 that you have at the end of the game is going to be worth however many victory points that you have tucked over here. So it's possible, in this case, that you have every $4 is worth 4 points.
Gotcha.
That makes sense?
And it works cumulatively on each row.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Good deal. So this, that, those, then the Brussels shield majorities, like we talked about here. If this shield is surrounded, in this case, yellow and red are both tied, they're going to score however many points per shield that they have surrounded out here, right? As far as they have the majorities. So for every shield, we're going to score that way. So in this case, red and yellow each would score 1 point. Make sense? Okay. If there was other shields where I had majorities, I would also score 1 point, or wherever my marker is here on City Hall. Cool?
Got it.
All right. Then, last but not least, there's majorities on the Brussels board. So let's say that's how it ended up at the end of the round. Who has the most workers out there? Matt does, right. Sorry for you. He goes to the courthouse and he has to justify his existence and has to deal with all the bureaucracy over there. Matt has one less worker now going forward.
He's caught up in red tape.
Right? Exactly. Okay. If it were like this, oh, we're both tied, they both go.
Great.
Okay. Cool.
And the icon on these is what you use to spring them?
We'll get there.
Okay, still working on that. All
Okay.
right.
After that, we go into the end of turn phase. I'm going to really quickly go through this. Retrieve your workers, save for any that are out here in the courthouse. Any of the bid money is turned into the bank. Untap all your public figures. Reveal the next exhibition tile, because somebody would have taken that already. Discard any public figures that's in the zero space, which there will always be, because you always refill immediately. Discard him, slide down, refill. Any remaining bonus cards are discarded and refilled, and then discard the stock exchange card, go into the new round to begin. All right, so end of game, again, briefly going to touch on this, and then we rock and roll. We'll reset and we'll go. At the end of the 5th round, after the Brussels shields, like these, have all been scored, go into final scoring. Each player then, remember, has to pay the salary of every dude that they have in their tableau here. And for every one that they cannot, they lose 5 points. Then, calculate your score, wherever your existing score is, plus victory points from construction. You get this multiplier by how many buildings you've constructed, plus any victory points from bonus cards that are tucked, plus 1 victory point for every noble material that you still have in your possession. And whoever has the Minikin Piss at the end of the game, 5 victory points. Whoever has the most points wins. Let's reset and go. So while you guys reset the board and everything, I'll bring up the cameras. And yeah, cool. All right. So hopefully that all made sense. If y'all have any questions, now would be an excellent time to ask them. We have everything set up there. I'm going to bring my player board up here for you guys to be able to play along with all 3 of us as opposed to just me. All right, so a couple things that we did not touch on is what these actually are, as well as the bottom, and how to get dudes out of the courthouse. Well, let's see Emil over here. So Emil says, retrieve 1 assistant pawn from the courthouse. This assistant is immediately available. Okay?
Simple.
Same here. Same here. But those are one-time use. These guys you get to reuse every round, remember. Okay? And these are one-time use unless you tuck them. Obviously, if they have no victory points at the bottom, you might as well just use it.
Yes.
Okay? So, here we go. Move up on the Royal Court or the Royal Favor up there. We just covered that one. Get 2 Joker material. Here, move up City Hall. And that pretty much covers everything else that's out there. We will cover more as they come out, but other than that, that's pretty much it. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right. So I have there. You guys can see that all right. And actually, I will put him right there. Cool. All right. Does the area majority on the art board continue with the top and bottom rows? There are 2 bottom and 2 top rows on. Yeah, I'm not following Michael. You'll have to unpack that a little. All right, cool. So let's rock and roll. So we start, and again, the player aid here is pretty doggone good. So here we go. Phase A, the first one. We flip over the stock market. We've already done that. And now I decide. Do we keep it here or... So it goes to 3-4 or 4-3. And you know what? I have cracked ribs. I don't want to have to reach as far. Nope, where it is perfect. There you go.
Yeah, so that would make the 3 spots for bidding. That would make 4 spots for bidding.
Correct. Yep. All right, so it's going to be, so these 3 rows and these 4 columns are available right here. This center area, that's the only in-play area for the first round.
And consequently, only these 4 cards.
Correct. So for all intents and purposes, fellas, there you go.
Bye-bye.
How's that? Okay. So the second one is now we start placing workers, starting with me. All right. Oh, I need to double check if we start with any materials. We do not. All right, cool.
No materials for you.
You were going to check the using the whites for the money.
And actually, I'll let the peanut gallery bring that up on whether or not you can use the Joker material to replace money. I believe you can, actually.
Okay.
So, all right, cool. So let me put that there. All right. Well, I want some artwork. So I'm going to go get me some artwork. So my options are here, 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 or there. But looking at this, I'm okay with, so I'm going to break this 5 using in-game money here. So I'm actually going to bid just 1 on that. Place my worker. I do not have any of the exhibition tiles. None of us do, obviously. So Matt, pick me a good one. Oh, excellent. That's the one I was eyeing. One. All right, so what do I get? Oh, wait, my pink comes back here. There we go. So I got a yellow artwork as well. Boom, done. So you'll notice right here is artwork. You can, you get a new artwork. Okay, cool.
I have a feeling that the selling of the artwork spaces is, well, I mean, you could sell the one you've got, I suppose.
You can,
I'm looking
correct.
at here. It's 2 and 2 for my green right now.
But remember, you also get to move it 1 because before you sell it, you get to move this 1 orthogonally. So Matt, it's your play. So place your bets now, y'all, as well. And everyone's saying that, yeah, it's a building material, i.e. money, ergo you can use a Joker. Thanks, y'all.
Yes, building. And don't have any of those yet, though.
When you win one of these cards that has symbols in the middle and points on the bottom,
You choose.
It's one or the other.
You either use it as a one-time use and discard it, or you tuck it. And I misspoke one thing, guys. When I take the paintings or the works of art, I could have taken from the black stack. Okay? So it's either the colors there or a black. So, my bad.
And the black does count toward income when you pass.
It does, because it's a color, as well as can be sold, just it can't be worth as much because it's in the middle.
Yep.
So it could only be worth a maximum of 4 in any direction, can't be worth 6.
Got it.
Make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
I think I will actually go here for the building
Welcome,
material.
Tom.
I was looking at helping you complete that shield there, or at least
it
getting
helps,
getting
sure.
somebody.
Well, hold on. Only if you have the majority
Right.
or tied. Okay.
I said help. but
Okay. Oh,
I know.
wink, wink,
Wink,
nudge,
wink,
nudge,
help, help.
nudge. So 2 materials of your choice, of the noble materials.
Yes. Yes.
So if you look, brown is going to be next, and brown is available here.
We'll get a brown, and we'll get one of these guys.
All right, cool. Delineation line here between. Actually, you can actually use some of that area below.
I was gonna put cards there.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right.
Oh, Christopher's here. So, Christopher, did I forget anything? I appreciate the confidence in #BadTeacher, Cave Hines. Thanks.
I'm going to come here to the Royal Ball, chip in $2 to the fund.
And now, well, you still have $5, so
Yep.
you can select any of them. And there are multiples. One other thing, you cannot have the same name person twice. You can select a second one though, because you could just use him as a one-time use and discard him.
All right.
But you cannot have a long-term. You can't have 2 dudes in the same employ.
And for 1 Belgian buck, I'm
Yep.
going to take Edouard Ampin.
Okay. So you immediately get the 2 Joker. material, and now you have a decision to make. Do you wish to keep him? Because he will cost you, what is it, 2?
2.
All right, at the end of the game.
He is staying in my employ.
Okay, so we immediately refill.
I have a strategy. We'll see if this digs a hole in the ground that smokes and flames, or what.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know he already has a strategy. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm just.
There's a reason there's a word in front of that frequently.
You know, I think I will go ahead.
Vince.
Thanks, Vince. Awesome. All right, awesome. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that. Hey, Stephanie. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and sell a piece of art. Okay. So first things first, I choose which art. I can choose any. So I'm looking around the board. Nobody has pink, so I'm going to hold off on that. However, yellow, sorry, Mike, and by sorry, I mean not at all. But before I sell that, I had 2 pieces of art, which means, or 2 pieces of art, so I can move this orthogonally twice.
Oh.
All right, so you know what? Money's tight, so we're just going to go 1 there for 1 of the pieces of art, and we're going to go another there. So we're going to get $6 and 2 victory points. So yellow, hashtag bad teacher, jumping out to the lead, and $6.
Thomas Leitner says you cannot choose black art.
Oh, all right. Cool. Matt, you're up.
Let's figure out how we get black art. Maybe on the black market.
Thank you. That's right, Thomas. It comes as a special action, which you can't do yet, so don't worry about that. So it has to be a color. That's what I have in my notes. I don't know why I didn't trust my notes.
All right.
I don't know. So no pressure, Mike.
Yeah, no pressure.
So remember, these are free as far as cash, but potentially you could lose the workers, okay? That's the second thing.
Break my 5 for me over there, first
Okay.
thing.
And I didn't cover the secondary actions. So when you build buildings here, okay? So let me go over what the secondary actions are real quick. Well, you know what? When somebody's going to build, we'll cover them then. That makes more sense.
I'm going to go here and get some art.
Thanks, Christopher.
I want to say it, but it's too early.
And I will get a yellow piece of art, which is wonderful.
Hey, it gets you income every round if you can't sell it.
We're going here and taking art. Green.
Oh, I'm glad you guys are twinsies over here. Now that I have all that cash in hand, I'm actually going to go there, and I'm looking. Mike has $3 left. Matt, bring your money up. So
Yep.
There you go. You have 4. I just don't think you're going to blow that kind of money on it. Yeah, I don't need to worry about it. So I'm only going to spend $2 to go there, and I'm going to take Henri Vendeveld here for an additional 3, getting $2 back. There. He will come into my employ. He comes in, remember, he comes in tapped. Actually, we'll put him right here for now. But moving up the architect track for endgame scoring. And then we immediately refill. Done. Oh,
He's back.
he's back, his brother, right? Yep, you're right, Rob. It's a rough life, Eric. Yep, Thomas, you're right. And we'll cover it when
So,
somebody builds.
Ways of getting money, selling art, obviously.
Yep. You can
Go
right
there for
there
the stock
for
market.
the stock market.
And he's got $5 on him.
Right, which you can use for
There.
that because you can tap one dude, which you have 1.
Mhm.
So those are pretty much your 3 options. Okay. And while you're thinking, if you'll excuse me real quick.
All right.
You're going to go mannequin?
Yeah. Impersonate one anyhow.
I'm liking the emergent play on the Art Nouveau scene over here. Because if you're not going to help me lock that one down, I've got to do it myself.
Yeah. He's already got that one.
It's like, yeah, about that.
You would have that one. I need to get one of my own. I like that action, but it causes me to spend money I don't want to spend. But that one helps both those. Not a whole lot there, but you know what? I'll do it. I'll go there. I'll sell what art I can. Down for $2 and 2 points.
And you get to move that one space.
Oh, right. I do get to move that one space, don't I? So I might as well get $2 and 4 points.
He gets to move it, move it.
4 points.
Okay, $2.
2 bot.
Okay. Mike? And remember, you can always pass early, because that's worth 2 Manicampists to be able to get the first player marker, as well as getting the extra buck for passing.
Okay.
Okay.
So the majority on the town shields here is by money or by
People.
worker?
By worker.
One more time.
The majority here.
Majority for the shield is by worker.
By worker.
These are by money, are the bids.
Got it.
Well, hopefully, Tom, you'll be able to, this will help you decide one way or the other. And I see that, Thomas.
And we're taking 2. One needs to be brown. So wood and cast iron. Cast iron skillet.
So I cannot get any building materials. So the 3 options, that's not true. I can up here plus there. So there's construction, construction, and get a dude. And you know what? You know what? Oh, I see what you did there. I didn't even realize that I did the same thing. Oh, I actually just went on the actions and told you there were 3 things to contemplate, and I was focusing essentially on 2 of them. You know what? I'm going to get some amount of money. So I'm going to spend $2. And up there, Mike, if you'll help, in the top right, for the Royal Theatre.
Oh, stand on his head.
Thank you, sir. And then I will spend $1 more to get Emile van de Velde. And I am going to also keep him in my employ. So I immediately get the bonus, which is I get one of my guys.
Just bring one guy from the dock.
Right. And yep, that's going to be, so that's $9 I need at the end of the game. Done. Yeah, the artwork here definitely reminds me of Troyes. It definitely does, even though it's different style. I mean, Art Nouveau, whatever, but it definitely has that feel.
Versus medieval art.
I'm going to put 2 there.
All right.
And so I'm going to build this
All right,
one.
so follow the steps on that.
So I've got to pay 3 money. So there's 3 money. And I'm going to spend this because wood's coming up. So that's useful later.
Okay.
So I did that. I did not use any white. So
Okay, so you get 5 points. So 5 to 9. Then move a
then
compass,
I move the compass.
which you only have one
I have
choice
one
right
choice.
now.
That
Okay.
moves.
And now choose. So now let's go over the secondary actions, okay? So if you place it, excuse me, on a workshop action, meaning the painter, okay, The player creates a black work of art. You take a black work from those that are placed near the game board. You can sell the work through the normal sale, etc., etc. So that's how you're going to be able to get black as a secondary action, okay? So how the secondary actions work is whenever a player chooses an action on the Art Nouveau board on which an opponent has built a building tile, then you don't get to trigger that on your own. So workshop action, that's how you get the black art. Then the sale action, so say here, you gain 1 victory point per work he has before you, including black works, meaning works of art. Okay. Then the Royal Theatre action here. You can activate a public figure card from those that are upright before you, and then it taps it. So basically it's a free one of those, but it's only a single regardless of where you are on that track. Then the materials action, you get 1. So whoever takes the action gets 2, the building owner gets 1. And last but not least, the construction action, you earn a victory point per building that you've already built on the board. So there's your options, okay?
All right.
Thanks, Thomas.
I'm
Way to be on the ball.
Only space I can put it in the current available spaces of workers is there, but I can...
Any available, you just
Put it
cannot
right
place
there.
where there's workers, correct?
do
So,
that one.
in hindsight, building earlier,
Building earlier, sure.
right? Okay.
It was a little bit for the building and a little bit for that space.
Sure. All right, cool. So, done.
All right, so at this point,
And you score 0 points because it's not one of these guys. Okay, all right. But you're going to score 3 points right now for that building at the end of the game.
I can go here and lock in a majority for Edward on this guy. That may hair lip the Hickenlooper if I do that. Or
Interesting that everybody has avoided the
I'm,
Yeah,
Brussels
until
side.
until
Oh,
like
I'm-
one person goes there.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And I think I'm just going to go in on that. So we're going to tap Georges for 5 Belgian bucks.
Yep, and you're allowed to only tap 1. Granted, you only have 1, but I'm saying if you were higher, it would allow you to do more. Okay. So for me, money is tight. I need resources. I want to build. Ergo, I'll join you. I'll take 3 Joker material, please. Thanks, sir. Done.
And I'll take $5 this way.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give you some change for that.
Oh, wow. So at this point, we're
all losing
3
one.
going to the dock.
I'm okay with that.
If I put another one out there,
Take care,
just
Andrew.
one of mine going to the dock. Well, you know, I think Edward has 3 in that column. How much do I want to take that card away from him?
Well, and that's why I made it as expensive as I did. To take it away, for us to split this, would be $3, 4 for you to win it.
A lot of money to win that one
It is.
card there.
Well, it's so yeah,
It's 2 mannequin.
it is, and no victory points, which means you're going to throw it away no matter what. If you win it,
Where
But-
do the mannequins go?
the mannequins help determine player order,
That's
or
right.
start player, not player order. Sorry. Congrats, Tony. Nice.
Now let's feed the monster, and I'm just gonna Annie.
Okay. All right. So construction, you do the exact same order, sir.
All right, first pay your
Yep.
pay your resources first. $3.
Okay. And remember, it could be a Joker material instead, if you wish. And 1 brown cube.
1 brown cube.
All right. Good.
Now I did not, so I earn, what is it?
5 points.
5 points. Move the needles.
Your needle singular. Yes. There you go. And you could have moved the other if you wish.
And here is a nice green building, and I'm going to place it as close to the spine as I can. And I like that one better.
Okay. All right. Done. So for my last action, I have 2 choices now. I either can pass to be able to get the extra 2 there, as well as the extra money. Or I could use this worker to build with that material. And to be honest with you, kind of like the idea of taking one less action, since that was a quote-unquote bonus action, since I sprung him from the courthouse. So I'm going to pass. I'm going to take that marker, flip it over immediately to show that I've used it, or I got it this turn. Then, because I passed, I get $1 for that, and I get $1 for each different color of art. It's going to be a total of $2. Whee! Done. And Matt, your turn, sir.
I am passing.
You are. So you do not get the 1 base buck. And how much art do you have? Different color?
1.
All right.
Peace out.
All right. So you get 2.
$2.
There you go. All right. So now, if you look on the player aids, it now shows what exactly we're supposed to be doing. So, okay, here we go. And I'm 1 behind. Hold on. There we go. All right. So, bids on the Art Nouveau boards. All right. So, I have 3. You have 1. I win this card. Set it aside. I'm going to just place it here for now. And I will take those 2 there. Okay. Then here,
2.
2 to 1. Matt, set that aside. Matt, you also get that one. And you and I tie for this, which means we immediately get the benefit and then the card goes away. So green and yellow both go up 2 spots. And that gets tossed.
As does the one at the bottom.
Right. Then we go into for designation of the new first player. So I have a total of 2, 4 Mannequin Piss.
I have 2.
Okay.
Zip.
Okay, so I'm going to be first player again. And remember, this is worth 5 points at the end of the game for whoever has it. Doesn't matter for now for that. Then we get to use the bonus cards. So now we have a decision. Either use the middle or tuck it for the victory points. Well, in my case, there's no victory points. So this is actually a bit of a tough call. So let's see. I would score the difference between 2 and 3 points or get my last dude out of the clink because I'm going to lose 1. And I'm actually... I'm going to take my last dude out of here. So it gives me a little flexibility there. So this now is out of the game. Matt, you have a decision to make on one of the cards.
Yeah, this one, I'm going to move this.
Okay.
So I've already kind of
So
started down
get rid of that.
path.
Okay.
This one, it's got 2 victory points on it, so that's a pretty juicy one to tuck under there. So...
Nope, no secondary action for the building, Diane, because nobody actually took the action that where the buildings are. They were out of the play area. Next turn, that could happen.
So that one is...
So this is activating how many...
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
What is that guy again?
Okay,
Points
so this
for-
is however many dudes you have. So if you tucked it there, you would get 2 points for every dude that you have.
That's dudes.
Oh,
That's money.
let me rephrase that. It starts with a base of 1 plus the 2, so it'd actually be 3.
3, all right. Gotcha. Coffee. I'll stick it there with the...
All right, so meaning you're probably now, I'm not going to say only focus on getting dudes, but that's going to be a focus because that's worth more points to you right now. So next we go into the shield majorities on the Art Nouveau board. So do it in whatever order we want. So,
Okay.
all right, we'll start there. So who has the most dude? It's surrounded, all 4. So
Yellow.
I have. So yellow is going to score 2 points. Whoop. All right, next shield.
Is red.
1 point for red.
Green.
That's 2 points for green.
Green.
2 points for green.
Red.
1 point for red.
Yellow.
And 2 points for yeller. All right. So now, majority on the Brussels board. Well, we're all tied. Well,
I'll go to the dock.
there you go. Hang out, fellas. All right. So now we go into the end of turn phase. So here we go. Get all your workers back that aren't here. If you'll hand me the far one for me, please.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Then bid money is going to be turned into the bank. Untap all of your public figures that you have, which these guys, since I don't have any over here, I'm just going to use these.
We might need the vac, little handy vacs for later in the game because these will be on top of buildings later.
We'll figure it out. We'll manage.
Oops.
All right, there we go. Then reveal the next exhibit tile, which this is truly just theme. It's just artwork. There we go. It's 1894.
Did we?
That's coming up. Then
Okay.
discard the public figure in the 0. Done.
Like,
There. All remaining bonus cards are discarded, and then we bring that out. Discard the stock exchange mat. All right, so I'll go through what these are real quick. So we have Ernest Sauvé. It's gain 1 noble material cube of your choice, or exchange 1 joker material for 2 noble material. 2 joker, architect, and up the royal palace. And those are, wow, have some architecture.
yeah.
Okay, easy enough. All right, so now we go to the beginning of the round. So round 2, first thing, shows right here. We flip that. All right, so I am first player again, so it's 1-2 or 2-1. So 1-2 or 2.
That was fortunate. Both of our buildings will be in play.
Yep. You know what? I'm good where it is, right there. All right, we're done. All right. So first player now is moi. Yep. First things first.
Are these both on?
Oh
too?
yeah, they're both on too.
Okay.
There we go. Here we'll actually do like so. There we
Okay.
go, so folks can see it. Put it out here. No fear that you're going to confuse my victory point marker. All right, so I'm going to come out. I will take one of my workers there, and I'm just going to bid $1. And I'm going to take Prince Albert to be able to jump that up there so I can activate 2 dudes. And Prince, thanks. Done. Okay. Oh, and refill. Emil is back. All right. Yeah, I could have switched these up, but for the first play, we'll stream this again, probably at 4 or 5 players, and we'll flip these over, and it makes it a little bit different. And actually, Matt, if you want to flip that top one, just to show folks what it looks like. So it's not all even. And it's in different orders and all of that, and it's not necessarily the same distribution.
Okay.
So, all right. Cool.
I like that idea since I have gone that way, so I will put one there. And the prices are on the bottom there, right?
Correct. 0 through 3.
I like this guy.
Gotcha. All right. So you get 2 joker material, and then do you wish to keep him?
I do.
Okay.
That just goes to the bank.
Yep. So are you guys able to, it seems like a lot of y'all have played this already, but for those that have not, are you guys able to follow along? Is it making sense? Mike?
Yeah. The strategy is now being
Redistributed?
redistributed, rejiggered around because it did not survive contact with Matt.
That's funny.
Matt don't know what he's doing. Matt's just pulling levers over here.
Oh yeah. Lom Doctor said he got his handyvacs like 5 days early or something. He took a picture of that in Castles of Burgundy on Twitter. Gave us a glory to Rome because of it, but it wasn't on the stream. So yours is actually accounted for. I forget who it was that said it to me last stream, though. So, yep, we're up to 81 now. Glory to Rome's. Yeah, E, I know. I'm trying to be less juvenile about that. Appreciate that, Thomas. Thanks. And good. I'm glad to hear you and Friday it's clicking. So good. I mean, it's a real simple mechanical game. It's just there's a lot of stuff, a lot of interweaving of
Yes.
mechanisms.
Taking
You want to go to that one? It's prettier.
it is pretty.
Oh man, I just realized where I screwed up. So, remind me at the end of the round to explain where I feel like I screwed up on
Okay.
this. Okay. So.
Good game if you know you screwed up in the first placement.
Right. Actually, before that even.
Before that even.
Right. So I will go there. I will get 2 noble material. So I shall get a black and a brown, please. Or would that be black and tan?
Could be.
Right. Okay. Madishu. Yeah, don't be afraid of this because people are going to want to take this. So if you take it, usually, especially at higher player counts, you go there once, maybe twice, you're probably okay.
Go right there.
Hey, Chris.
Of course
welcome.
you do.
I don't want to go that one.
Someone's gonna.
If I go there, I don't get a secondary action?
You do not. Sir.
Okay.
I'm going to build this one.
All right.
So I'm going to use a white.
Okay, so
Any brown?
Joker and Brown. So using it for one of them, doesn't matter which, right?
I do not get the 5 points. I did use the white.
And you have no choice on which one to move, so it's going to be, ooh, there we go. Okay.
That one there. And I'm going to go right there.
Well done, sir. I would say put an ownership marker on it, but you already have. It's red. So
If you like it, then you should have put an ownership market on it. I don't know. So where are we at? We're at 2 materials.
hey, Dave, welcome. You are at, yes, you need 2 materials, a black and something else.
Yep. And the only construction left out
Not
here.
true. There is this one.
There is that one. I have big plans over there, though.
But you can do multiple.
I
I'm just saying, if you don't go there, somebody else might.
I'm gonna bid.
Okay.
I'd really rather somebody else went there, but I really got to do that action.
You can go
I
here.
know. I'm gonna bid $2 there. Am I gonna bid $2 there? Yeah, I'm gonna bid $2
You
there.
sound so confident.
I'm gonna bid $2 there. You think we need another one? Okay, we'll get another one. Okay.
Ocean's 11.
Yes. I like that because Brad Pitt's just on the bar and all you see is this eyeball and he doesn't move through the entire conversation.
So
It's
real quick,
freaking
Michael,
hilarious.
the one you're talking about is this one. It's for your 3rd worker. The one Matt has is for public figures. He's going to score 3 points for every public figure he has at the end of the game.
All right, this is a 2-cube building,
Okay.
black
And tan.
and tan.
All right, and you're going to score no noble, so that's 5 points.
5 points.
14. Okay.
And we're gonna move the needle.
Ooh. All right. Well, it doesn't hurt, at least.
Yeah. And tell you what, somebody pay me.
Well, all right. Not what you've kind of forced my hand a little bit. We're going to construct. All right. So, first things first, it's going to take 2 cubes and it must come. That's the empty, so it's got to come from there. Well, it's going to go black and make a mess. Black and tan.
Black and tan.
So that's going to be 5 victory points to 11. Then move one of the needles. You know what? I'm looking around. Nobody's got brown. What can brown do for you? There we go. And place this out there and looking at this. So the workshop is black. The sale gets you a victory point for every artwork that you have in front of you. And the Royal Theater allows you to use dudes. Put this up in the top right corner, please. Thank you, sir. Done. No worries, Michael. That's why you ask questions and we can answer them.
Interesting. Looking at going here,
Okay.
but I really want other people to go there. Which means they're going to put money on it. Which means...
Right. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of good here, man. I really enjoy this game. It's going to be one of those games. Granted, it's y'all's first play, but every time it comes out, like, why don't we play that more? Type
Yes,
thing, you know?
I can feel that.
Yeah.
I think it behooves me, because of the way the shields are, to go here.
Oh, yes, it
and
does.
give Mike that.
Oh,
All right.
yes,
so
it
first things
does.
first. Take your action, which is get some artwork. How many? You only get one.
Just the one.
Because he only has one.
Oh,
No,
that's a,
because he does not have exhibition tiles, which
Exhibition
I will
tiles.
be able to
that's
get
a
to.
terrible color.
That actually really is, because you cannot sell.
I cannot.
And now for the secondary action, because red went on green's building, the player creates a black work of art. So go ahead.
Take a black work of art.
Yep, it doesn't matter which it is unless you have an aesthetic preference.
Yeah,
So.
I like chair. Chair's good.
All right, cool.
So now there's, okay.
It's like Louis XIV's chair or
It
something
is.
like that.
It's not yet time for Frank Lloyd Wright furniture.
Right.
It's a little early yet.
Give it another half century.
Yeah, about
thereabouts,
that.
right?
That's about right. All right, and where I can exercise these guys is on here, correct?
No,
No,
it's
there.
This one,
That's
based
right.
on where you are here, you would activate one.
Yeah.
That allows you to purchase more or acquire more, or if not acquire, one-time use them and get rid of them, remember. Oh, nice. It's Lom Doctor is talking about how extensively he's already been testing his handy vac, the little suction cup thing. That's cool. So what do you guys think of the new studio? Step up? Step in the right direction?
It's brown. What can brown do for you? That's like 3 brown. That's
That currently is
That
3
is-
brown
that is
or
3
wilds, remember?
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's not a hard game. It's just, it sounds like a lot. There's just a lot of steps that you have to do during the after
because
the main action.
a lot of pieces connect to other pieces, and you're like, I do this, but that happens. I do that, but...
Unpause mic.
Yeah, unpause mic.
Oh, that's glorious.
Yes, it is.
I
There's
fully
2 of you.
fully support that move.
There's 3 of me. So I'm going to take this guy.
Okay, so that's free. So
We're going to one-shot him.
okay, so you go up 1 on your architect track. Then we're going to refill this. Then I get my secondary action, which is I get to activate 1 of mine. Money's nice. Getting my worker back is nice, and going up the architect track is also nice. Oh, the choices. So I'm looking out here. There is no building available out there. I would have to go there, which would cost me 2 workers, which would cost me 1 worker. I will go ahead and tap Henri and push that up. So now it's my turn. It basically frees you guys up to use those actions, but so be it. And it also, well, neither of you could have used that one, but you could have selected one. You still can select one of the other ones. So this is going to be a building action for me. So my building is 2. I'm going to use jokers, so it doesn't matter. There. So I do not get my 5 victory points. I get to push. And you know what? keep it on black there, and we will build this one. And looking at this, neither of you are selling, so you know what? It's possible. So let's go ahead and put this on the black piece of art right there. Thank you, sir. Fini. And remember, you can always pass early if you want for that, okay?
I was going to, but now $6
Okay.
sounds awful good.
All right, fair enough. Sir?
I am absolutely going to mannequin pass here.
Okay. All right, so you...
1, 2, 3, 4.
Correct. And I'm going to lose one anyway, so I see no reason not to go there. Activate. I'm at 2. Activate both those dudes. I'll take my $5,
Nicely done.
and I'll take that guy back.
Yep.
So those guys are now tapped as well. And Matt, I guess you're passing.
I will pass.
All right, so you get $2 for your 2 different colors of art, sir. And Mike's already passed. I too shall pass. So I have 1 piece of art, $1. But that's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's
I didn't want
okay.
to use any of them buildings. Them red buildings out there. Just no.
When you say want to, I actually did, but the way things worked out because of the building, I wanted to physically construct. So that's my excuse. So shockingly, legitimately, this isn't like humble brag shocking. This is, I won that with 1.
Yep, you sure did.
Okay, so you know what? We'll move up the architect track. Well, not yet, but I will win that one. The second one, it looks like green is going to get that one. And green's going to get that one as well.
Yeah.
So now, new first player. I like my chances at it being Mike. You have 4 mannequin piss.
I do.
I have 2 because this one doesn't count because it's last round. So you become first player, sir. And now use bonus cards, so you're the first player. So how do you want to use those, sir?
We're going to use them in the way in which they were intended by taking architecture track and springing 1 guy from the clink.
All right, so both those get thrown away. And for me, this is going to be architect track. Whoop, and toss that one as well. Matt, oh, sorry. All right, so now shield majorities. What do we got?
Red,
Yep, so red's getting 1 point for that. Okay.
red, green split.
Okay, so 2 for green, 1 for red. And
That's
that looks
it.
like it. Okay. Then majority on the Brussels board. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably yellow.
Looks like it.
All right, so now get all your workers back. If you'll hand me those, please. Thank you, sir. And then the bid money goes away. Untap all your public figures. Reveal the next exhibition tile. This guy will go away, and those all go away. Oh, this is what I want.
What did he do, by the way?
Real quick, what I made the mistake, I really wanted this one. And so I should have put it here because as it is, those just go away. So that was the mistake that I made beforehand. And what he does is you get either a noble or you can turn in 1 wild for 2 noble. All right, so he goes away. And we go into the 3rd round. I think all these are pretty self-explanatory at this point. So we go into the beginning of the round. We get rid of the stock market, sir. And we enter 1897. Go and flip the stock market. And we're looking at 1-3 or 3-1. And Mike, it is your option. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. So if it's 1-3, it's going to go this way.
Correct, which would cut you out.
It
and
would.
if it's 3-1, it cuts you out.
Yep.
You don't want to just help Matt, do you?
Well, if it's down here though, it's
Hold on. The other thing that you also, and this isn't me selling it. This is, remember, you want to also look at don't do
Yes.
what I did last
Yes.
turn and skip looking at that. All right.
yes. And if I put it down here, it keeps
So-
Matt and Edward, so heck no. We're going here.
Okay. All right. So this one, and this is what I screwed up, Lom Doctor, is I wanted the one that was here for the double architect. But to be honest with you, I think I'm going to be able to make it anyway at this point, so I'm not too worried about it. So, your honor, sir. And if you look at the player aid, now it starts to make sense what everything is, okay?
Okay, black art worth $4 and 2 points. Or $4 and 4 points.
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of Art Nouveau, apparently, because this type of, it just doesn't really, you know, but I am a big fan of the game, so there's that. Hey, if anybody's over there on, with Tom and them, tell Tom I said hi. All right. You sure you? No, I'm just messing. Never mind. All right.
I'm going to take a meal.
Okay, so you immediately get somebody out of the clink.
And I'm actually going to keep him.
Okay. And Maurice. Wow. Okay.
Some people call them
I know, right?
Maurice.
All right. I want some building material, so we will go ahead and. So I have 3 options here. There. All right, so I will go ahead and put $2 out there. And for my 2 building material, looks like I'm going to take a black and a black, please.
There you are.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it as well, Lucidius.
there. Put 2 bucks on it. And I'm going to pay $2 for that.
Prince Albert?
guy, or $1 for the.
Charles Booz. Is it Booz?
I guess so.
Booz?
Bulls.
Booz?
Yeah, that guy.
Prince Albert.
Yeah.
So you immediately, he comes in tapped,
Mhm.
and you immediately move up on that track on the Royal. Yep, not yellow though. And now you, whenever you take that action here, you can tap 2 dudes. All right.
And those 2 dudes are dressed like.
Nuns,
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. Ah.
3.
See, to me,
Son of
that's
a-
a 2 Live Crew reference.
To me, it's just a U reference.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Two
But-
dudes, dressed like nuns, right? Hey, Svendal. Welcome.
And we're going to take black and black.
All right.
Yeah, black and black.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get, I need change here. So 4 and 5. So throw 1 and top building material up there, please.
Okay. This one in here.
Correct. And I will take 2 blue, please. Thank you. Yeah, for those that haven't heard, and you'll hear it, well, actually, I don't want to ruin the podcast, but I cracked at least 1, maybe 2 ribs snowboarding with this guy. He pushed me off, he pushed me down the hill, and...
I wanted to go to the bigger hill so I get more bang for my buck, but
Oh, don't make me laugh. I hate you.
break that guy for me.
Why do we got to say break? Why? There's
Crack, I said break.
There's
crack
no
that
need.
open for me.
There's no need for that.
It was so much fun though.
It was.
Yeah, But let's go here for 3 and get some art that doesn't suck, and then
Well, draw better. Now, here, you get to draw not just one, but one. Because he doesn't have any exhibition tiles.
and not one of those. Just not a green or fine. That'll work. That'll be fine.
You went 3 there? Oh
did.
my God, you suck so much.
I need it. I need it bad.
There does seem to be a lot of red
A
tape.
lot of red tape.
Oh, hey, Jasmine. That hurts so bad. I promise. I won't say it. You know what? It's the thought that counts, Jasmine. That's what matters. So thank you.
Go in here. Building 3 cubes, all 3 of which must be black. Well, 2 of them are black.
And one is white. So no 5 points for you,
No
sir.
5 points for you.
Compass. So you have no choice.
Yes, move
And that is
forward.
why I did blue.
Excellently done.
Anticipated.
And, you know, Matt, if you want that majority there, freaking pay me.
Fair point. All right. So. You know? I'm going to spend $4.
And buy a column. Wowza.
Strong, thy must come. So that's going to be 3 building material. 1 must be blue, 1 must be black, and 1 is my choice. It will be black. There you go.
That's okay. That's all high
So,
quality.
Yep. So 5 points puts us up to 16. I will move. There we go. So it must be a blue material at this
Okay.
point. And I will build this one. And I'm assuming Matt is going to sell some art. So we're going to come right there. Done. All right.
You assume correctly.
All right.
That's going to get the one he can guarantee the card for. Over there.
There's so many things that you got to take into consideration here. I so
so-
enjoy this game.
Do fractional glory to Rome?
no, they do
okay.
not.
I give you a quarter glory.
I'm giving you glory. And this next turn, you'll get the 2.
Alright, so I'm going to sell the pink.
Okay, so hold on. First off, you have 3
have
artwork,
3.
so you can move this 3 spots. Might I suggest 1, 2, 3?
Get that now? Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
Now, which one do you cover? Okay, so it's 6 and 6, so $6 and 6 points for red.
Oh, I was supposed to
19.
do something there.
Oh, good call. For the construction, you will get 1 victory point for building you've already built. So you get 3 points, Mike.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Good call. Christopher must be taking a break, or else he would have told us. Yep, good call, Thomas. Christopher's throwing his voice. All right, so you sold your artwork. You did that. You covered that. You're good, sir.
Oh, boy.
Well, I guess I'm not selling the pink one. All right, so selling, and then Matt, you're going to get a victory point for every work that you have in front of you. So 2 points for Matt, might as well, so we don't forget that again. Okay, now you get to sell, sir. Which do you wish to cover? All right, so first off, you had 3 pieces of artwork. You can move this 3 spots.
I think it looks pretty good right where it's at.
Okay, 4 and 4 for you, sir. 23, $4.
Did he... Yeah, he sold it.
And I'm broke, aren't I? So I guess I ain't going over there as it is right now. Yes. $7 sounds awfully tasty. And I shall do so. Fini. Matt, don't forget, you can pass early. Not trying to encourage, just, in fact, I would suggest you sell some more art, personally, but that's me. Even though it's only worth 1 victory point for me, but I'll take it when you're lacking.
It would be good there. Either way.
Think out loud.
Trying to figure out if I should give you money and go there and sell the art, or pass early, or get art. That's pretty much the options.
Okay,
Because
right.
I can't go over there.
Why? Oh, because you can't afford to
I
lose
just
another.
can't afford to lose another one.
Well, you're going to get him back.
Can't afford to lose that one again. I'd like to
Oh,
get
that
back to where I
hurts.
started.
Oh, hey, thanks, E. That was funny. Amanda has threatened more bodily harm if I do anything outside of the stream tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's it.
I'll give it to you.
All right, so that's
because
one victory point for yellow. Thank
The
you.
other reason is I'm just gonna get. I'll throw 24.
How much is that?
3.
3? Okay. Are you sure? There you go. All right, so $3.
I'll make one more,
4?
just to make sure.
Okay. All right, so what are you selling? And you can move this to,
I'm
sir.
gonna sell the yellow.
Okay, and do you wish to move that?
I actually do not wish to move it.
Okay.
I can't go that way anymore, can I?
No, no.
Can I go off the thing?
$6 and 2 points. You could have covered the pink. There's no need for that. It just seems petty and bitter. Wow, you suck a lot, dude.
2, right?
Yep, you get to draw 2, keep 1.
Okay. It's these 2. Pink and green. We're keeping the pink.
Okay, shuffle those up, would you, a little bit, Matt? Thank you. Well, that didn't work out how I wanted it.
Well, I am getting diddly squat in cards this turn.
I need one more worker. I will go there, and I will take 3 Joker material, please. Thank you. Matt?
Matt has passed out.
I will pass.
All right.
No,
Well.
nobody got that.
Nope. And so you get $1 for that, and 1 for every color of art.
Well, now that it's safe to go up here, wow. Now I have to decide, where do I want to go? Do I want to exercise one of these dudes, or
They are looking a little flabby.
they really are.
Yep.
So much goodness here.
Now all of a sudden I want 5 guys. That was a bit one step too far
I
for
don't
obscurity.
care. I kind of agree.
Al, don't make me laugh. $5 there? Oh, yeah, I might as well.
$5.
All right. So here's my, oh, wow. Okay. I guess that limits my options because I can't go to either of those 3 spots now. I literally can only do 1, so I might as well. I'm already going to lose him, right?
Yep.
So let's go ahead and build, shall we? 3 Joker material. Doesn't matter what that's at. There. So I don't get the points. We're going to move that to where it's cash only. And it's going to be outside of that, apparently. Yeah, this is the obvious spot for me.
Wow, so $9 to build.
I'm sorry?
Because it's cash only, the next building
Oh,
is...
yeah. Unless it's me,
or
it's 12.
Three white cubes.
Right, or now it's that. So there's that. All right, so Mike, you get to pass, sir.
I do.
$3. I get $1. Done. All right, so now the bids for
Yep. For the yellow team,
Yep.
the
Red team.
red team, and the red team.
Wow, Matt cleaned up on that one. They can't,
Sure
hold on,
did.
they can't see that. Put them like this. There you go. All right, so now using the bonus card, I'm sorry, first player.
I've got 5.
I have 1. Mannequin piss to the not gonna make the Mel Brooks reference.
No.
Okay. All right. So use your
I do
bonus
look like
cards.
the king, though. Awful lot like the king. Not the king, but look like.
Oh, it hurts. I hate you. All right.
Well, are we making decisions now?
You are.
Yeah, you're all making decisions. What? That one's obvious.
Yeah,
Give me that guy back.
pretty clear.
Okay.
These two, however,
Yep.
I think since
And remember, you can't put them both on the same row, but you can add one this because that was
I
a
think I'm
previous
going
row.
to use one for what it is.
We have not yet.
Since I have the 3, and then this one for that.
Okay. Yeah. Gaia project will be coming probably in February is the plan, I think. All right. Mike does not have a decision to make. I do, though. So, money, artwork, dudes, or workers. I do have a lot of workers. I do have a lot of dudes. This also is going to get me... That'd be worth 1 point if I throw it away. I actually originally took this planning on bumping that up because that gets me up to the 3. I do have a lot of workers. If I can get 3 versus 3 there, I have to work at it. I'm going to be taking actions to... So I would have to take 2 more to make it worthwhile. So we're going to tuck it like Buffalo Bill. And we're going to put it right there. Double the value of my dudes. All right. So now, shield majorities.
Tie.
Okay, so green and red. So 2 for green, 1 for red.
Green.
2 for green.
Green.
2 for green.
Green, red.
2 for green, 1 for red. Now, hold on. We're going to do that. Okay.
Red.
1 for red.
Red, yellow.
1 for red. 2 for yellow. That's the goal of the game, right? All right, majority is on the Russell. That's going to be me again, boys. So go ahead, get back in there. Go and take your dudes back. Green. If you can hand me my guy in the top corner,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Thank you. Bid money's turned in. Untap all your public figures. Reveal the next exhibition tile.
$4. Who puts $4 on a space,
Yeah,
for goodness
yeah.
sakes?
2 of us, actually.
Yeah. And we have a Prince Albert.
In a can.
These. And the stock exchange goes away. Not many victory points available this round. So we are in the penultimate round. Matt is the first player, so your options are 2-2 or 3-3, sir. So if you want to take that. 2-2 or 3-3. So it'll be that corner or this corner. Well,
Yeah, we're all kind of even.
Two apiece.
yep.
Yeah, but
All right.
I didn't build those buildings for nothing.
Oh, it's same with us, Lori. Very much so. Thank you,
There's
Thomas.
Something I am very much
I was able to
lacking.
do that quite a bit during our Glory to Rome stream for our patrons only.
So
Yep.
I will get
Juvenile
them here
humor?
to force you
Yes.
guys to come to me for
Worth
them
it?
later.
Yes.
And although building materials this turn aren't worth a whole lot, are they? I looked at this.
Yeah,
I go,
right.
wait, hold on.
And also, don't forget, well, hold on real quick. So these are out for this round as well, just to less eye clutter for things to focus on, all right?
We'll go there instead, actually. Looking down there. Those salaries are getting high at this point.
Remember that it's one-time use.
I believe I will one time use that guy.
Oh, wow, 5 points, yeah.
For $1.
Yeah.
Shoot, why not?
Okay.
What is this? Okay.
Oh, yeah, good call, yeah. Don't do that.
I'm gonna go up here and pay the man.
I fully support that because that means I get an action.
And I'm going to one-shot Prince Albert. I hope that doesn't mean something in the Urban Dictionary that I might not actually want to do to Prince Albert.
Oh my. I'm glad I'm not doped up. It's just Advil, because or else that might fly. So we're not gonna go there. Moving on. So I get to what this is actually a tough decision for me. I'm not so much worried about Georges, but Henri, pushing him up or getting an extra, you know what? No, it's not really. I have to do that. There we go. All right. So, wow, I cannot do that, but I can do that. Yes, we can. 3 jokers, please. Thank you. Matt?
Yeah.
So I've already seen that a couple of people have been inspired to play this weekend coming up. I think somebody said they were actually going to play it tonight while we're streaming it. So they're like, sorry, I can't watch. I'll watch it tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm never going to fault anybody for playing games instead of watching the stream. Pretty much any other excuse, though. Yeah, it's not valid.
I agree. Prince.
Nope, don't worry, Franny. Moving on.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. Moving on.
Matt?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a piece of black art.
Oh, I like black art. I'll take that. I don't want a nasty old chair. I want something else. A vase. The black vase.
Oh, piece of art there's pretty nice. Stained glass window look like.
Yep.
So I get to get 2 of these.
You do? And keep one of them. Would you choose? Hold on, show folks. Like yellow or
Maybe I'll
take
keep
yellow.
that one. Yeah.
hashtag draw better. All right, Mike.
While I can get it for one man.
Yep. Activate 2 dudes.
I did not say that. Let's go with Emile and spring this guy from the clink.
Okay.
And Edouard. And collect 2 shoddy building resources.
All right. So speaking of shoddy building resources, as it is right now, I'm going to make you sweat. So if you'll put that on your building for the construction, so you're going to get 3 victory points for that. And I will build this, which it requires $12 or 4 jokers to build that one. So obviously I'm not getting the 5 points for that. I will actually gonna go there and then build this and oh hey look, 5 points. There we go. And sell art or building material. I like both options.
Or, you know, something out here.
Oh, or that is also an option. Let's go building materials, please.
Here?
Yep, thank
Are you
you.
going to put any money on that?
Oh, good call. In fact, I will do copious amounts. How much is red there?
2.
Oh, this is actually... If that's the case, move that building back up to the sales spot, please. And I'm going to put $4 on there. So we'll get 1 back. Good call. And 4 on mine, please.
Under here.
Yes. Thank you. Matt? That's good, E. Then cool. Mission accomplished. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to be able to change that in real time. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's little things in life.
$7.
Yes, sir. And those are just shuffled up before the game randomly. Oh, okay.
Building. And what is it? 3 resources.
Yep.
Well, let's spend all of the shoddy working resources there. No points, and let's advance that needle.
Okay.
And this fine green construction will go here.
That's probably the right choice. Yep. Well, the getting's good. Here's $2. Put it on what you just took. Yes, sir. So I will take a 2 brown, please. Thank you. And you get one of your choice as well.
Oh, excellent.
And then, Matt, your turn, sir.
Oh, brown, yes.
Yeah, Franny, you get the victory points that are shown here, the 5 points, but if you use the jokers, that negates this one, so you don't get any victory points for that one.
3. You get a piece of black art.
You suck.
I like it. I'll take the stained glass.
All right.
Hopefully these 2 are not both yellow. Both
Hey.
yellow.
All right, congratulations. Just one of them was.
Wow. No kidding.
So how much did I put on that second in the middle spot right there? 3?
4.
3 or 4?
4.
4. Okay. All you can eat, Mike.
I think the all you can eat is going to take place over
I
here.
already got him, so might as well, right?
3 shoddy building resources.
Oh man, my choices. This is brutal. So I have 2 workers left here. So now I can safely go out there, which would get me another of my workers back. I could sell the black art for 4. Matt's got a ton of money. I will sell the black arts, please.
Here?
Nope.
Here.
Yep.
On your own.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I can get that. I think. Yeah, I can't beat Matt anywhere else, and I want the extra worker there. So I will sell my black art so I can move it to... No, thanks. I'm all set.
4 and 4.
So there, and 4 points, 28, and $4. The reason I'm worried about money now is I need 9 by the end of next turn. So, all right.
Yeah. Go there. I'm gonna sell my blue for 6 and 2. 6 points, $2.
Yep, 6 points for red, 38, and $2.
That went there, right?
It went there. Luckily, I still kind of knew where it was. Yeah, helps me.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like helps, hurts, helps, hurts, helps.
Wow. Nom nom nom
Nom, nom, nom. Yeah. 4 resources. All crap. No, all but one crap. This, then...
So you're going to get 5 points for exposing that one. Okay.
Let's go here.
All right. And move the compass.
Oh, and move the compass. Money, 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 money.
Money. So my decision is either pass to be able to come first. Likely. Yeah, I would be first. Matt gets that. He will be first. And I will be last. Do I want to be able to move that marker and control that? Or do I want the resources? I want the resources. I need to be able to build that. Oh. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'll put $3 out there. That frees me up, actually. I will take a brown and a black, I guess. Matt, your choice.
I will take a brown.
Okay. And yeah, that was the bonus. Now your turn.
I pass.
Hey, welcome, Sal.
No dudes left. So
Yep, there you go.
pass.
Yep.
I have no
And
dudes left,
Hold
so,
on, Matt. You get $3 for that as well.
So I will pass, and I will take $4.
Okay.
1 in, 5 out.
And I too shall pass and just get my $2.
Let's just stick this money right over here and forget that it exists.
All right. So end of the round. So now our bids. So that's going to be. I get this one. I get that one.
And I get that one.
Yep. All right. So first player now.
I've got 3.
And I got 3, which
But-
means I become first. That works out.
I become second. I'm okay with that.
That was a huge bonus, something I didn't factor in because I forgot that I could get that one. So then it's decision time here. So this one is a no-brainer for me. That would be worth 2 points or the extra worker. The whole plan was to get the extra worker. And as it is, that's 3 points that would be for the extra worker. I'm actually going to take the 3 points. So get that away. And then this one, with the extra worker I could, and then that would be worth 4 points. No, I took the points there, so I'm going to push this that, and get rid of it. So, all right, done.
Yeah, stick it under there.
Okay.
See what happens.
And Mike has none. Okay. So then we go into shield majorities,
All right. Yellow,
which is 3, so 31.
yellow,
That's 3.
yellow, red,
That's 3, and red gets 1.
yellow, red.
And 1, 2. Somebody's closer. That's why I did to push that up. I figure it was worth it. All right. So then majority and that would be green.
That would indeed be green.
All right. Good. Take your workers if you can hand me my guys, please.
You can't reach any of them.
Yeah. Right. Turn in the money. Untap all your public figures. And going into the final round, I'll remind everybody that whoever gets the most bonus tiles out here, it's worth 5 points for Mannequin Piss. Okay?
The most bonus tiles.
Yep. Mike, if you can give those to Mike.
Yeah, this will go in there, right?
This is the new one
Yeah,
that just flipped
that's
up?
the new one.
Okay. And did we wipe this guy?
We
Did not.
Okay. Sorry. Normally we do it systematically. Failed. Let's see. That's done. Bonus cards done. Stock exchange is done. Exhibition gets flipped. Welcome to 1910, fellas. Final round. So again, 5 points for whoever gets that, okay? Everything else, we go until after the Brussels shields. We score those again one last time, and that's that. So I'm looking at 1-4. Ooh, my. Or 4-1. It's not going to be 4-1.
Oh, come on.
I'm good either way. Whichever you choose.
Although, the interesting thing to note, it knocks out the 1-2 pointer right here. Yeah, no, I need all my buildings, the bonuses. So that's out. All right. So, first things first. It's worth 10 points if I do it. I think I do need to. So, we are going to spend, I have $4, which is, I need it all. That's worth 5, yeah. One worker in the top left construction, please. Right there. All right, so need to do one of each minimum. So there's $3 for one, and then 1, 2, 3 for those.
Nothing but porter.
Yep. So it's going to be 5 for not using the cheap materials, and another 5 for that, for 10 to 50, please. I'll move the needle. I'll make you guys pay money since everybody has a bunch of dudes. And the one-time use, someone's probably going to want to be able to do that. So let's put that on that one. Feeny. My house is upside down. Just saying.
Yeah, it is upside down.
All right.
Shoddy construction.
Thanks, Lom Doctor. All right. That's a good question. What is Sal's number 1 of all time? This is number 2 through the ages. No, I don't know. Matt moved the wrong... Oh, yeah, Matt. Stop cheating.
Oh. You're both there.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
That was because I didn't notice
That's
it.
slick.
Michael, you're on the ball.
One
And
for
Thomas,
the cameras,
thanks.
the sleight of hand would work.
It would. Ignore the man in front of the curtain? Right? Is that how that works? Okay.
Never tell a small lie.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
wow, everybody's calling you out on it now, so no, it wasn't going to
Wow.
slide.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it really was through the ages. Nice.
Yes.
Sal. All right. I approve. Also, my
I
number one.
was too busy trying to figure out what I'm going to do.
No worries,
Now,
man. No, you're fine. I know it was on accident. Sure it was.
Yeah.
I don't want to be first. Second is where I live.
That's fair point.
Comfortable there.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's give that a go. See what happens. I'll go there. I get to look at 3.
3, yes, sir.
That one and...
And let them see it, too.
And that one.
Remember, it's off camera.
And that one. Lots of blue. But I like where that one's sitting. If it's still sitting there by the time I get there. I don't
Right.
know.
Let us sell some art for an outrageous prestige.
You need some amount of money.
I do. Oh, you mean I have to buy champagne for this auction? Oh, good grief! Really? It's going to be cheap champagne. I'm afraid. And we're selling this lovely pink for
Okay.
6 and 6.
Of course you are.
Which one do you want to cover?
That one.
Well, it kind of blocks us all out. And, well, I mean, you still have options, though.
I have options.
So 6 and 6, so 6 points for green, 45. and $6. Good.
Got it.
All right. Well, I was going to sell art. $5 Belgian bucks, sir. Yeah. Like Caddyshack. Well, we're waiting. He looks really angry.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we have Ash here to play this game? All these people.
For what it's worth, I did call him. I did. It's Art Nouveau. It's architecture. He is an architect by trade.
Yes.
I did call him, but unfortunately they are in the process of installing a new refrigerator this evening. So unfortunately, that's why Ash is not with
I
us.
don't need a
And
mixed
outrageous
turn
facial
anyway.
hair.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know.
Highly
Right.
styled. Highly
So
styled.
you can tap all three of them.
I will do all three of them. That one, yeah. But those two.
You did Prince Albert too, huh? Okay. Just a second. I don't know.
I know Belgian. Actually, we didn't know, but okay, Belgian francs, but Belgian bucks has been the whole game. So, Mike.
Yeah, about that.
Don't forget about multipliers for these.
Yeah. Say that again.
Multiplier, or for every $4, for every piece of art, for every dude you have, and for every worker past your second.
Mm-hmm.
And some money to go with it.
Yeah.
$3.
And I will take. Yeah, good question.
Yep. And oh wow.
Let me think about that a second. I'm going to
Okay.
take 2 brown.
Okay. Two there. 10. 3. 9. Oh, hold on. That's 1. So what I'm trying to figure out is I need $9. But there's also something I'm trying to figure out how to make happen. And that hurts having the pink out there to where I can't make the money to be able to do that. I would get to draw 2. Odds are in my favor. Matt may sell. He may get another dude. You know what? I'll be safe either way. So I will go there, and for $1. And 2 of those, please. Uh-oh. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Well, it's artwork.
And it's not pink.
Yep. Ouch. I can blame Matt at least. All right, go ahead, Matt. So, Lum Doctor, this, every time somebody constructs, this tells you what you have to use to construct the buildings, whether it's 4, 3, or 2 resources. And then every time somebody constructs a building, they move one of the 2 dials.
Glory to Rome, Matt. Glory to Rome.
Okay.
I don't have the marker. We'll remember it, though. So, add another one. There we go. All right.
Going there. Going to build this guy here for $6 and brown cube.
And
so
5
it's
points.
5 points for red.
Well done.
Where are you putting it?
Well, there's really one option, really, in there.
That seems like a good place.
Yeah.
Mike?
Matt needs to move a needle.
Ah, yes.
You did.
I did.
Oh, here you go. Case in point. So your choice. I'm not building anymore.
Yeah. Oh,
There you go. Okay.
I retract my
No
glory
worries.
to Rome.
Hey, once it's on the board, it's on the board.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
posted.
didn't know that was coming.
It's,
Right,
it's
you're right.
posted.
Yep.
Well, let's go here and gather ye rosebuds while ye may. So 3 porter brown cubes, and not a damn thing to do about that 4th one.
No, because you don't have the money.
I've got money.
No,
Can't sub
I'm
it in.
saying, yeah, exactly. So you
Yeah.
cannot build.
Yeah, that's not happening that way. Well,
So you retracting that still?
no, I'm retracting my retraction.
Yeah, because you want more brown cube.
Yep. Well, let's go mining for stuff where? Here. Or there. Yep, gonna go there. And
You guys
we're
are
gonna
enjoying the video. Don't forget
stick a
to like
buck
it
under
down
it.
below. Appreciate it.
2 black.
And what are you taking, Matt?
I don't think a brown.
Oh. I would still be $1 short, though, wouldn't I? To be there and there. Okay, got it. So, I've been trying to figure out my way out of this paper bag for 2 rounds now,
Okay.
or 2 rotations around because I have to have $9. So I need 5. So I have 2 options for 5. I could either double up here,
Yeah.
and that's basically the end of my game, or better yet, how about I go there? I get to tap 2 dudes there for $5. Oh, and look at that.
Yeah.
I got a dude back.
Slick.
There you go.
And now you have your $9.
I do.
Okay.
The white look like, really? All right.
Those guys are tempting to me because of this, but I've got to pay something here, pay what that is, and make sure I have enough for their salary
Not
too.
necessarily. You just get the 5 points for him.
Yeah, but I'd like to keep them given
Well, sure, but
that.
that would
So it
cost you
makes-
$8.
Yeah, so it makes that guy tempting.
Fair. And that's worth 5 points.
But I'd have to find. If I put $1 out there, $2 there, I have $2 left over salary, and I've got 5.
Or you'd have a buck left over. Throw him away. Either way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's either get it now or get it later with those guys. So that's 5 points. That's another 4 there though, and pretty good chance at a glory to Rome, so we'll take that. So we'll go right there for some amount of money. Here, break that for me. Or,
Wait, that's construction. Wrong spot.
no, that's what I wanted.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Sorry. There you go.
It's 4 points instead of 5. Because I don't get the 5 points because I'm going to use a white.
Okay.
So
You still
white
got to
and
put your
brown
bid out there.
Right, white and brown and white. For that one up there, go 2. And we'll put this somewhere. That won't matter.
Outside. Yep.
And I get 1 point per building.
Move this, and you get 1 point. Yep, 5 points for green.
5 points.
I forgot about that part.
And move a needle.
Which is that one.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we are at...
Yep, you're good. You can do it.
I can do it. All right. Wowzers. You guys are in no shape to build another building.
I'm short of buildings.
Okay, in that case,
that bothers me.
I want to
especially
be
where that
right
is.
there. And lock
That was the
down
point,
2 of
right?
those. I'm gonna slip. Oh my! I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put 3 under that. And so, with 3. I will one-shot Clarence or Maurice here
Yep.
and take 5 points.
5 for green. Matt, 5 for green.
And minor action, secondary action to Edward.
I elect not to, because I could use Henry, but nah, he's above that. It's already pegged at 60 points.
Okay.
So if you guys are paying attention, which I'm sure you are, I have $9, which means I cannot do anything out there.
Yes.
I tried to stall as long as I could, hoping that somebody would sell to cover either one of those so that I could use this to sell a piece of art. I cannot. So I could
that.
go there if I wish. So I could get a piece of art. Suppose it's a buck. I can't sell. I guess I could, should have refilled here.
Oh boy.
So I could actually pop it to where I get another worker. But that doesn't really help me at all. So that doesn't make sense. I could get resources, which that's worth 2 points, and I can't build. Or I could just say, you know what?
Take the last tile.
I could. That's worth 2 Minic and Piss. There's 4 out here, and as it is right now, I ain't getting any of those, which means I'm not going to be able to hold on to it. So taking that doesn't do me much good. That was the original plan. However, 2 points for the resources, or get him to get my other worker. I will deny, I guess, because, well, yeah, I will go there. I will get 2 resources. Just reach into the bag and pull 2. Okay. Done. Christopher, that's fantastic. That's impressive. Good point, Lucidius. That's another fair point.
Because there were 3. We'll sell the. Go for.
Oh, it's green or yellow. And he's got both, and I'm done. So it doesn't matter. Well, it does here.
It does there. That's what I'm
So
looking at.
I guess yellow.
Yeah.
So you can move it 3 spots.
Yeah, it was there.
Yep.
Yeah, that way.
1, 2, 3, $6 and 4 points. Sir.
All right. We are building. And here are 4 resources. All of the good kind. 10 points.
10 for green to 65. All right. So, well, I'm out of workers, so I'll pass. So that's going to be 1, 2, $3. Here, go ahead and make it. Go ahead and make it 5.
And $3 for me. Oh, well, when I pass.
Yeah, I'm
there's
gonna
just
pass
there's
and
just $2 there.
I
Yes,
got it. Yeah,
that is
yeah,
correct.
Yeah, right.
And $3 for me because I'm going to pass.
There you are.
And Mike.
$3.
All right. So bids here. It looks like green's going to take this one.
I've got that one.
Red's got this one. That one goes away, and red gets this one as well. All right. So now designate first player. So, oh wait, I should have flipped that. So I have 2.
I have 2.
Ein.
So that means Matt's going to get the extra 5 points. And Matt, go ahead and begin. What are you doing with those?
One's going under there for sure.
Okay. And remember, all these will score. They're all a base of 1.
Yeah. And. Is that for every 3?
Yeah, or no, for your 3rd on up, you'll get that many points.
That's $4. And is this calculated before you pay salary?
I believe it's after.
And this is buildings.
No, dudes.
Oh, right. Public figures.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got 5, so that's 2 points. That's 2 points. That's 2 points.
Choose.
It really doesn't matter.
Then go for it. And Mike, what are you doing?
So if I up that, it would go from 2 to 3, and that would give me 1, 2
2.
points.
Yep.
So versus here, I think it's 4 points.
There you go. Okay. So now, after that, shield majorities, and then we go into final scoring.
Shield majorities. Green.
So green's getting 2 points. Got it.
Green.
And
Red.
red. So green gets 2, red gets 1, and red gets
Red.
another. All right. So that's the end of the game right there. We go into final scoring now. So final scoring is everybody must pay for all your dudes. I owe a total of 9, which leaves me $1 short for the 4.
7.
I owe 6. I have one more than I thought.
Okay. All right, so everyone was able to pay, so nobody loses the 5 points. Good job, fellas. And now here we go. So victory points stay on the track for where we are. Then victory points for construction times your architect. So Matt,
4 times 4.
16, 67. Mike?
5 times 6, 30.
Yep. 99.
90.
That's 80.
That's
19.
80, 19. There we are. And you
And
get
I'm at 10 times 6, 60. 110.
110.
No, wait,
No.
that's 80, 90, 100, 110.
110.
There we go. All right, then For tucking, so Matt, what do you got? So start at the top or bottom.
All right, so this one here is 2 points.
All right, because here, hold on, I lose. Hold on, that doesn't happen, right? So no, it doesn't. So this guy comes back. So take your workers back. Don't worry about clearing anything else up. There we go. Okay.
I've got the standard 5, so above 3, that's 2. So
No,
2 points.
3 and up.
3 and up.
Yeah, the first 2 don't count. So that's 3 points for red, sir. Oh no, do all yours. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
So this is dudes out here. I've got 3, and this is 6 points.
Yep, 18. Good job. 18 is 10 and 8. Okay.
And this is for pieces of art.
Right.
I've got 2 and 2.
4 to 12, and finally for money.
For money, for every 4, and I've got 2 sets of 4.
2 more. And Matt is done at 94. Mike.
All right, at the top, 3 plus. There are 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 is 8.
Yep. 8 to 27.
I have 3 clients
3.
or patrons,
Yeah.
and 3 works of art,
3 more.
and nothing on the bottom.
All right. And for me, for dudes after the first 2, so we're looking at 4 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 points per guy. That's 6. Puts it at 40. Then for pieces of art is 2. So 2 points there. And for nothing. That's it. Oh, and noble materials. So another 4 for me.
1 for the green.
And none.
Piece of
And
junk.
Matt got mannequin piss, so it's another 5. There we go. Hashtag bad teacher. So 80, 80 was at 126.
126. 114.
Yep. And 99. There we go.
Fun.
So,
Fun game.
yeah, Brussels 1893. All right. So, start. One of y'all. Go for it. It's both y'all's first game, so.
Then you do more of this.
If the game provides you with end-game scoring,
Yeah.
A wise man once said,
Right.
And I started out doing it, and I thought I had more time to do it. I'm like, oh crap, there's not enough time to do that.
Okay.
So that's what happened. But no, I enjoy the game immensely. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, and it's all good stuff. So
I think this is a chunky point salad. It's not like confetti bits in your bowl. There are several places and ways to make your points.
beef stew of salad.
Yeah, it's more like
It's meaty and chunky.
yes. So yeah, in-game points here, in-game points here. You know, there's a lot of different ways to go, things to explore. Love it. There's a geometric aspect out here. Creates some good decisions, some good ordering.
Yeah, I was wondering if this could match this. Not quite.
The game is about being architects, and the fame on the architect track is it can't be the end-all be-all, because it's not like I ran away with the thing. I mean, so if you look, I mean, I won, but I didn't crush, even though I doubled the points that Mike got here. So that's kind of food for thought that, yeah, it can help. I mean, obviously 60 points is a huge chunk of change, but it can't be the only thing you focus on, right? And that was the majority of my focus, but it wasn't all of my focus.
Right. I should have at least been like about here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one time when all of the architects came out,
Right.
it never hardly ever came out again. I was hoping for like another one.
Yeah, these cards here are really key.
The bonuses.
They're really key.
Well, whether you using it to bump something
Yes.
to, as a one-time use, or for the end-game scoring, which, if you notice, the one thing that you totally lacked in this game was the end-game scoring. Now, I'm not saying that as boo on you. I'm just saying, wow, hey, didn't score a lot there at the end, and that was the difference.
Right.
So, yeah, this is definitely one that we want to review on the show. And from the sounds of it, we're going to be playing it more.
Oh, I
early
hope
and
so.
often, right?
I hope so.
And I would like to stream this with 5
Uh-huh.
also to see it at max player count, to show it to folks.
Yeah.
So that would be good. Cool. All right. So here, Thomas says, do you feel like the different pieces work together with the theme and the play? Oh, he lost his mic.
Sorry, guys, I fell down the street. Can't hear me. Hi, sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Right. All right. So Thomas asks, okay. And before we get to that, Jason says, I've heard reports of people winning with very few buildings, like 1 with scores of 150 to 170. It depends on what others are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. All right. And Thomas asks, do you feel like the different pieces work together with the theme and the play?
The different. Unpack that a little for me.
Well, the different mechanisms is what I'm kind of reading into it. For me, I suppose you have the public figures and you have all that, but as far as the Art Nouveau side, I don't feel like there's really thematic stuff, like you're surrounding the shields with your workers.
So, well, the artwork on the boards and the player mats
sure.
is Art Nouveau,
Right?
And these are figures from the era. So, okay,
but no, for me, I would say no, but not the end of the world. I mean, as we said, if a game has no theme but it has really strong mechanisms, that's not going to be a negative for us. So
this is cute.
Oh,
the
cursor, the cursor right there.
Surprised there's not something that lets you spin it.
Maybe that could be in an expansion, but
Yeah.
at this point, it's been 5 years. Would there be an expansion for this?
The Docmus expansion
something
from
like
Brussels.
Right.
Or at least randomize that a little.
Well, just we randomize it before the game.
Okay, so it doesn't always come out that way?
No. It's just the way it happened to come out, so that's it. So.
Yeah, Vince, let it ride.
Yeah.
let it ride.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate it. Again, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a reason I put all of our Twitter accounts down there, so you can follow all of us on Twitter. And last but not least, as you can see, it's running across the screen right now. If you want to take the support a step further and join the 624 patrons we have that support the show, help got me full-time, and we're working on getting Amanda full-time so we can do more of these more often, then consider doing so. pledgehc.com. Other than that, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks everybody for watching. So say goodnight, fellas.
Hey, good night, everybody.